All right, fight fans, we're here in Atlantic City at the 40th IBF annual convention, and we've got a special guest here. I'm standing here right now with Dorian, the educated boxer, Bostic, a 16-1 super featherweight fighter, and he's got quite an interesting story. So we'd like to share that with you. Dorian, first of all, welcome to New Jersey and the 40th IBF convention. How are you doing?
How you doing? I'm great. And yourself?
Very good, thank you. So some members of the IBF introduced us just a little bit ago, and they told me you have quite an interesting story, and you and I have had a chance a little bit to talk privately before doing this interview, and I agreed, it is an interesting story, and I'd like to have you share it with everybody. So first of all, your ring name, The Educated Boxer. Tell me a little bit about how you came to that nickname and what it means.
So a guy, I can't remember his name. He just gave me the name.
Right.
He just was like, man, you smart, you box, you educated boxer.
Okay.
And he just started calling me that. I started calling myself that, and it just stuck.
Right. But there's a little bit more to it. Tell us what's going on with you academically.
So academically, I'm one class away from starting the dissertation process for my PhD in Human Service Administration.
Okay.
I'm going online at Walden. But all my other 3 degrees, I did it the traditional way. I have an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's, all that I sat in classroom the traditional way. And I have 3 college degrees, and I'm currently working on my 4th. That's the education component.
Oh, that's quite interesting and quite unique in the sport of boxing. I think everybody will agree on that. Now, the other interesting thing, maybe not all that uncommon, but still an interesting story, is you have just recently met your biological family. So you're adopted, and you were in the orphanage system for basically your whole life, right?
No, from the age of 7 to 21.
Okay.
My entire life, for the most part. I went through some childhood abuse and trauma. I was removed from my mother's home. Not to make my mother look bad, because she is 2 years clean now in sobriety and drug recovery. But due to her substance abuse and alcoholism, she wasn't able to protect me, and I got removed from the home. 7 to age 21, I lived in South Carolina, North Carolina, Baltimore, and New York, all probably before I was even 8 years old, because I was in something called the Orphans Foundation of America. I had a phenomenal social worker, God rest his soul, he's from Charleston, South Carolina. His name is Samuel Murray, he passed away. My biological father, or the guy who I think is my biological father, Michael Keith Watson, he died in prison in 2020. Just a bunch of different mentors that I looked up to helped me get this long way. They all have passed away as well.
Okay. Now, so you say, we were talking a little bit earlier, and you mentioned that your dad did pass away while incarcerated. For your own kind of peace of mind and sense of history, are you interested in perhaps, like through DNA, with maybe some of his living relatives pursuing, the kind of seeking out whether or not he truly was your biological dad, or what do you think?
I was until I started meeting people. So now it's like I'm good. And sometimes in life, you just have to learn to accept the apology that you may never get. Mm-hmm. And you also don't want to hurt your own feelings sometimes.
Right.
So I just don't want to go down Pandora's box, open Pandora's box, go down that rabbit hole.
Right.
I just want to keep praising God, giving back, and focus on my career, whether it's boxing in the ring or doing stuff out the ring, whether it's commentating or future signing fighters, just helping people, but motivational speaker, publishing my literature. I just ain't got time for it right now.
Right.
But the fact, I am happy that I do know I'm Geechee. I do know I'm Gullah by blood.
Okay.
I'm from South Carolina, and the Gullah Geechee family, they have embraced me and accepted me. I go to Charleston all the time. I have family and friends in Charleston, so I just rather take that for real.
And just for those that don't know, you and I talked a little bit about that. I have probably a very, very fundamental understanding of Gullah Geechee, but just if you could kind of encapsulate that when you say the family, but it's kind of like an ethnic culture.
It's like the most known, unknown subculture in America. You hear people say it, but they don't really know what it is. I heard Rick Ross referencing the song. I heard Martin Lawrence, the comedian, references in the episode of one of his shows. Right. Gullah Island used to be a show on Nickelodeon. So people know who we are. They just, I don't think they know what it is. So Gullah Geechee people are indigenous people of South Carolina who kept our culture and basically like ended slavery for like kind of, because at the same time the Civil War was going on, we were fighting out of South Carolina guerrilla warfare tactics, and we kind of like helped. Like it was America couldn't fight two wars at the same time.
Right.
We actually ended up defeating, before he was the president, he was like the general or something, Andrew Jackson, before he became the president.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we still own a lot of land. We have our own music, our own clothes, our own seasonings, our own language. And being that we were warriors and we led a revolt, I definitely think that is one I would want to identify with, because I'm not for anything, but I'm against all negatives.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So now let's kind of switch over to your boxing career, since we are here at a boxing convention, and
That's
you
where the
are
side coming in.
Yeah. So you are 16-1 in the 130-pound division.
Signed to the greatest promoter ever, Don King, and
Okay.
Debbie King Management.
Okay. So that's Don King's daughter. She's here at the convention,
Yeah.
right? And so tell me, like, how you got started, whether it was through amateurs or did you go right into pros? You're 35.
Yeah, so
right?
I started as an amateur. So my dad boxed in Job Corps, back in the day, he used to have Job Corps. I have an older uncle named...
And this is your adoptive dad you're talking about?
No, the one I think is my
Oh, the one. Oh, okay.
He would
so
tell me these stories.
Okay.
So, and every once in a while when he would see me, he would try to show me things.
Okay.
I have an older uncle who's in Norfolk, Virginia Beach area. His name Alex. He boxed with Pernell Whitaker.
Okay.
So Pernell Whitaker, when he would see me, he'd be like, "What's up, little cuz?" Due to my older uncle Alex.
Gotcha.
Boxing with him. And I have an uncle named Robert Goodman who was a sparring partner. And I just learned this in South Carolina, Easter Sunday, for the Bronx Bomber, Joe Louis.
Wow.
Back in the day, up in Ithaca or Utica, New York.
Okay.
Back up.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those things where it's in my blood. I'm a warrior, and as a spirit having a human experience, you learn that sometimes it's okay to put up a good fight.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
Yeah.
you don't want to put up a bad fight, so
Yeah,
putting up
exactly.
a good fight's important.
Exactly. I want to put up a good one. That's
All right.
in and out the ring.
All right. So you're 16-1. You started as an amateur, you said.
I had about 40 to 50 amateur fights.
Okay, and then how old were you when you turned pro?
I think 26, 27.
Okay, and had your academic career already been started by then?
Yeah. I was, I think, towards my master's. I think everything pro has been all PhD.
Okay.
Extremely difficult.
Yeah.
But man, you only live once, so
Right.
If anybody can do it, I can do it.
Right.
And I'm gonna teach others how to do it.
So you've kind of, hence, you being 35 now, you've kind of spread it out to work with your academic pursuits.
Yeah, but I got some big stuff coming up. I'm just not. See, I take care of myself. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I eat healthy. I work out. I mean, we just seen Anthony Kakesi become IBF world champion super featherweight at 36 years old.
Okay.
So what's the difference?
Right.
And I'm pretty sure he probably would have done it early if it wasn't for politics. Boxing is very political.
That's right. You bet it is, as is the rest of the world, but definitely in boxing.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly...
Between boxing and the country politics, one could lose his mind.
Yeah. That's right. Well, Dorian, this has been an interesting trip with you. I'm so glad I got to meet you. I'm definitely going to start following your career because I'll be honest, didn't know anything about you, but I know a little bit more now, and I'm going to start paying attention. I hope everybody else starts paying attention to your boxing career, and we hope to see you on some of Don King's undercards or wherever, and hope you keep climbing. And good to see you here at the IBF convention.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
I appreciate you.
All right.